All right, guys. I bought a Army, Navy, surplus military stuff store 2 years ago. It's still not done. The wonderful thing about YouTube is I could lie to you guys and we could do a video specifically about how smart I am and how I make good choices all the time. Or I could tell you guys the truth. And the truth might be more interesting, it might be less interesting. You let me know, guys. Hit the like and subscribe and maybe the bell notification to help boost my ratings here on the YouTubes. But this is an old Army Navy surplus store, at least this side. It's an old brick built, it was a quadplex and then it was turned into multiple apartments. And now I don't even know what it is, but we used to find, when we first got this place, we found mortar crates, 60 millimeter. I think those are M2 mortars. They're carrying crates. I was hoping to find some guns in here, but that didn't happen. So we're turning this into a big giant apartment, and I'll flip this around here in a second, but I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is freaking huge. It doesn't look like it on my video. Got it turned around here. It doesn't look huge, but this room here is 26 feet long. It's 16 feet wide. It is absolutely huge. And this is just going to be the living room. This is going to be like the kitchenette type area with framing for 2 bathrooms. There's a bathroom for one side, bathroom for this side. And this is going to be a common area. I was looking at putting a laundromat in here, but I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to put like a common room or something similar to that. My guys are messaging me. I hope that there's not some sort of disaster. I'm filming multiple videos today, for better or for worse. Oh boy. All right, some disaster has befallen me. All right, so it wasn't some big disaster. Well, it's a notice saying they're going to shut gas off at 2 rentals because the fine folks at the local gas company did not realize that as a landlord, I don't live in every single house. So they send gas bills to the rentals that I have, and I beg them, please don't do that, but they do that. I'd love to know what the PUCO would say to when I record a call. And they say, don't send it to the property address. You need to send it to my my office. They don't send it. We got these really cool old looking doors here. But essentially this place is just trashed. I bought it for $15,000, which based on the fact that it's a 4,000 square foot building, you'd think it would be, I mean, we'll eventually make money on it. And that's kind of the nice thing about real estate. But it's also the double-edged sword. You know, at $15,000 with $45,000 of rehab money, we figured this would be a slam dunk. It took us 4 months to close on it, and by the time we got in here, they had destroyed it. Which I should have, you know, normally you'd have recourse on buying a place, but it's just kind of one of those really sad facts, and we've got all these awesome old staircases in here. It's amazing. But normally, if they have assets, you can go after them. I can't believe that I don't have signs of squatters everywhere in here. This is a terrible neighborhood. I mean, I am not happy with the neighborhood, but so $15,000. Okay, they ripped out the door casing. That's cool. All right. The upstairs is really rough, but there's so much original woodwork in here. It blows my mind. So the idea is to try to go through and get individual apartments ready to rent rather than doing a full rehab. But then we did some experiments here, ripping out the plaster because the plaster is almost unrecoverable. So the idea is to try and expose all the brick behind the really good plaster, or the brick behind the bad plaster. So then we've got a mix of plaster and anybody say lead-based paint? That's a joke. Not really. Yeah, these rooms here are trashed. They're just awful, garbage looking. I don't know what disaster happened in here. But kind of the thing is with real estate, although this place is still totally trashed right now, eventually we'll be able to go through and fix it up, and I'll get a decent bit of money off of it, and it won't be profitable for a long, 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 long time. But someday it will turn a profit. We'll cash out refinance and everything will be well with the world. So this is another wall that we played with stripping it out, seeing if we can restore the brick or the brick is unrecoverable. We've still got some nice fireplaces in here. But this is, you know, a $15,000 mistake that I made, thinking that we could get it fixed up relatively quickly and easily. And it's just like everything fell apart in this building after we bought it. But, you know, it would be nice to tell you guys on YouTube that I will win every single time with every single rental that I have, and that every property I buy is a deal and a steal. But out of I'm at 140 rentals, probably 60 different properties I've purchased, like deals that I've done. I've lost out on about 4 of them. This would be one of the 4. The second one would be the house I tried to flip and I lost $25,000 on it, and I just sold it at a loss because it was such a bad deal. I've got one right now we're sitting on. I've got 27.5 in it, and it's still not occupiable yet. It can't be habited. And then I'm trying to think I've got another one that I'm trying to think that's crap. But this is one of the 4 deals that I'm not happy I bought. I should have passed on it. But you know, when you go through a place, and especially in this place, somebody was living in here. And I guess I just have higher expectations for people. Oh, somebody's living in this place, it can't be that bad. And then we get in it, and yes, they did trash it quite a bit between me putting an offer on it and them moving out. Yes, they did trash it. But I came to the realization they were actually living in this place without any heat. I mean, would you guys want to live in a place without heat? We found out they had just a little gas heater, a forced air gas heater to heat this whole place, like maybe 25,000 BTU. And then I talked to people that had lived in here for a while, and I said, they're heating that whole place with a little gas heater? Oh, yeah, because anything more would burn it down. Sounds about right, huh? But I would like to say that someday we're going to come back through here, and I'm going to triumphantly show you the post-renovation work. My guys had worked really hard on doing all this framing and stuff in here. You can see they've tried. They have tried. And then we were working on other much more profitable deals. When this is all done, I think we'll make net maybe $1,500 a month off of it. And we'll probably have over $100,000 in it once it's all said and done. I don't even want to think of how much I've spent on it already, but so it's like, you know, in 10 or 15 years it'll eventually pay itself off and we'll be okay. But it's better to me than the property I tried to flip and didn't, and just totally lost out on it. And that $25,000 is unrecoverable. I mean, I guess I could take it off my taxes, but it didn't do good. And then I'll show you the outside real quick and some of our plans. You guys know I drive a Kia because I'm in the big bucks. But this is a huge area. And I've got an artist. She's supposed to come in and repaint this whole side of the building here and do like a mural type artwork. And I've actually got the fundraising, or I've got the financial commitments to go in and pay for the whole dang thing. But we have this really terrible issue in a general sense where I deal with people dumping trash on my property nonstop. Tire, trash everywhere. And I put cameras up and they get stolen. And it's crap. It's pure crap. But that's the life of an entrepreneur. It's spending money, making money, and having mattresses dumped in your backyard. I've heard we have secured this garage here a dozen times, and then people with the rock and spoonies keep breaking in. I'll show you where they break in, and they set up a little hovel in here so they can get high. and do their spoon things. I didn't see any signs of squatters inside the main structure, but they keep breaking in this window over here. I have plywooded over it probably a dozen times unsuccessfully. So thanks for watching. I don't know whether to be depressed about my life or excited that I'm getting stuff done. Real quick postscript to the Army walkthrough. That's actually the second Army surplus store that I've looked at or been in. I had tried to also buy a warehouse, a ginormous warehouse, and I sort of think it's where they relocated this place and just put it in storage. We found hundreds and hundreds of Vietnam-era BDU uniforms, as well as I accidentally kicked over a box at one time. I don't know why he's back there again with the paper. And now she's trying to grab a monster. But we also kicked over an accidental box of M16 parts, and they fell all over the floor. It was really kind of cool. But I had brought a structural engineer to look at that warehouse, and he said, there's no way on the face of the planet you should ever buy this. The roof was caving in. It's empty, I promise.